Hey, hope you're all well. It's January. Happy New Year's. All the best. But because it's January, that means it's time for my December Microstock earnings. So I'm going to get into it real quick here. One thing I wanted to just note up front is that there's a bit of an interesting sale towards the end of the order I usually do my earnings report. So stick around for that if you want. Okay, let's just jump right into the first site, Adobe Stock. So my portfolio on Adobe Stock is 7,817 images, and I have 319 videos now. I had 211 total sales, and of those sales, 210 were images, one was a video. The total earnings for all of that was $147.73 for an RPD of just 70 cents actually. And the video only netted me $3.76, so a pretty low sale on that video. It's actually a drone shot that I took from my trip to Saskatchewan back last October. I did a video of that for anyone that watches my sort of non-stock stuff, and here it is. As far as images go, these were the top 4 earning images on Adobe Stock for December. Okay, let's jump right into Shutterstock. Shutterstock things have changed a bit, and we'll get into that a little down the line here. Right now I have 10,232 images and 805 videos in my portfolio. I had a total downloads of 231. 228 of those were images and 3 of those were videos. And the total for images was $152.02. The total for the 3 videos was only $7.94. So that works out to a 67-cent RPD for my images and RPD of $2.64 for my videos. And just if you're new to these kind of reports, RPD is royalty per download. It's just like an average download amount. So that's basically what it looks like. And I'll just show you, actually, before I get into what I wanted to talk about, the image that had the best sale was of this residential house, which if you've seen my videos, you'll know that I've shown before and talked about several times. But the sale for this one was $52.50. So this image continues to add up money in my stock accounts. But something new this month was the contributor fund. So I earned $24.11 and I received that in the contributor fund. And basically, as I understand it, that is compensation for the fact that our images are now being used to train AI so that Shutterstock, I guess, can directly generate content and submit it to buyers and sort of bypass the contributor community. So I made $24 there. Am I, selling away my own future earnings on Shutterstock? Probably, but I don't actually have, I don't have a good guess where things will go with AI in Microstock or in stock photography. I suspect that if you're the photographer who's made a boatload of money off writing Happy New Year in the sand and photographing that those sales are going to disappear real fast, and complexity will hang around for a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. No complaints from me on that front. It's just reality is, and so you get to just work with it. So anyway, don't want to talk about this too long, but that additional $24 basically upped my earnings at Shutterstock to $184.07 for the month. And so yeah, let's just move on now. My next stock site that I talk about is Istock, Getty Istock. I have 6,746 images on my Istock account. I have 158 videos. I had 133 sales on Istock, which is actually pretty good for me. But the earnings were only $55.34. So a really low RPD on those sales, which resulted in a sort of a drop in what I normally see. $55 on iStock is not good. I'd like to see more. I'm hoping to get it up higher, but it's a bit of a grind. One of these was a video, one video sale netted me 50 big cents. Typical for me on iStock, low video sales or low value video sales. It was a time lapse to the Peace Bridge. It sells every month, and I won't show it again this month. But what I will show you is these two images. These were two of the top earners that I had for the month, and these are Métis flags that were just hanging on the side of a building, and I was just walking past them. They're the little hand flags, and I photographed them, and they're actually earning okay. And I bring this up a lot in my videos, and I apologize for that, the sort of duplication, but I really think that for stock photographers that are trying to find a niche or to get started, maybe even if you can find indigenous content, it's not covered to a great extent, and there is a demand with the sort of politically correct world that we live in. I just try to get images for those niches as much as I can because they sell better and they have less competition on the stock sites. So it is what it is. If you get a chance, especially if you're Canadian or American or Australian or whatever, there's opportunities there to make some money on Indigenous, Aboriginal, Native American, that kind of content. So let's talk about Dreamtime. I have 11,291 images, or assets, I should say. 10,999 are images. 292 are videos. I had 72 sales on Dreamtime this past month. All images that earned me $38.50. And there was an RPD there of 53 cents. I was going to show you this just following on the indigenous content that I talked about with iStock. Two of the images that sold each for $2. So $4 in total, I guess. These two were of the Sundial Hill medicine wheel out in the prairies of Alberta. These medicine wheel were built by indigenous people, and there's a lot of speculation about what they were for as far as religious or observatories, that kind of thing. But these locations are thousands of years old. There's actually another one in Alberta that I'm planning on photographing next summer. I just need to rent a truck because I can't get in there with my car. That is a major archaeological site, and I really want to photograph that one. So probably we'll do a vlog on that next summer if I can. But yeah, this was Sundial Hill medicine wheel. Okay, so let's jump to Alamy. I have 9,969 images in my portfolio. I had actually 7 sales for the month, and the gross was pretty good. It was 101.59, but the 2 big sales were partner distribution sales, so that just cuts your commission right down. So I ended up with $27.25 net on that $101. So yeah, 70% of that earnings goes to other to Alamy, and then whoever the distributor, third-party distributor actually was. It's annoying, but I signed up for that, so it's just you just gotta take it for what it is. And these are these are the images that sold on Alamy in the month of December. Okay, so the next site that I talk about is Pond5. My portfolio is 5,928 images, and I have 1,344 videos now. I had one photo sale, and that earned $2.27, and I had 4 video sales, and that earned $93.88. So I view that as a good month for me. I feel like I have a bit of momentum on Pond5. I'm getting more sales. Seems like once my portfolio got up to around 1,000, I started to see stuff happening. So wanted to mention that as a benchmark. Keeping in mind that I'm not great with video. I'm sure there's people with way better content and way smaller portfolios who drastically outsell me. But I'm in the class of like blue collar video guys. So that 1,000 mark seems to have been sort of the tripping point there where I started to see action. I'm going to show you the image that's sold right now. Yeah, and this is a cannabis sign, and I'm only showing you this because it's sold a number of times on Pond5. It's basically my best-selling image on Pond5. So maybe the community that likes cannabis is using Pond5. And here's a couple of clips that sold in the month of December as well. Okay, let's talk about deposit photos. My portfolio is 9,814. I had 57 sales. That earned me $15.73 for an RPD of 28 cents. So yeah, it's slipping into the minnows category for me actually, but we'll see what happens. So now jumping to the minnows, Wirestock had one sale. That was the first day of the month. And that was for 32 cents. And after that, it was boom, silence. Now, I know most people already know that there are some sort of issues with the relationship with Adobe Stock, but I'm also wondering if that extends to Shutterstock as well, because I had regular sales all through the month for both Adobe and Shutterstock primarily, but I've had basically nothing in December. So I don't want to belabor this either, but for me, it's a real issue because it all depends on how Wirestock gets back together with Adobe, because I had a few images that had sort of got picked up and were selling very regularly. So they were in the algorithm in a positive way and they were selling all the time. And so just a few, like 3 or 4, like that was the bulk of my sales. And so now that they're separate, if they're actually separate, if this relation starts again and those images are sort of re-uploaded into the database without showing their previous downloads, and they aren't in the algorithm, then I stand to lose off those images in the future. So really frustrating, and Wirestock is not, as far as I can tell, it's just not, it's like a bear trap. It looks good, you stick your foot in there and then snap. Can I even use analogies like that? I don't know, whatever. Let's move on to Big Stock. So I have 7,399 images, just images. I had $6.36 in earnings for the month of December. 123RF, I have 5,303 images. I had $8.35 worth of earnings. I don't upload there. CanStock, I have 1,733 images. Another site I don't upload to anymore, but I still get a little income. I actually had 25 cents in the month of December, so not great. Photo for me, I have started uploading a bit more there. I have 397 images in my portfolio, but 0 sales. I'm mostly uploading just UK kind of content, or Europe, West Europe kind of content. So we'll see if that ever pans out. Fine Art America, if you watch my last video, you'll know that I had a $1 profit from a sale of a mug. Well, I doubled my earnings. I sold a puzzle and I earned $2 from that. So I guess the moral of the story is that if you're planning on a Fine Art America portfolio, I would sort of aim to make sure that you get your content uploaded sort of October, probably early November, just so that the items can be used as Christmas gifts for people that are looking for photography related Christmas gifts for their whatevers. I think the fact that I had 2 sales, November and December, is just pure Christmas gift giving. So thought that might be helpful. And Archangel, and I mentioned up front that there was something interesting that happened. So anyway, you'll know that I had decided to quit Archangel. I actually sent them an email telling them that I wanted to quit. They said that the 3-month or the 3-year contract period wasn't up and that I had to stay until the end of the contract, which was whatever and fine. And then like 2 days later, I had a $600 sale. So I earned, I guess $600 on Archangel for the month of December. And, you know, there's nothing like a $600 sale to sort of kick in a little bit of a reevaluation. So I'm going to continue with it. And I'm going to continue to try to I'm going to continue trying to diversify my portfolio away from just abandoned stuff. You know, I obviously, like a lot of stock photographers, you know, we follow Alex on his blog, hopefully on YouTube soon. And I'm trying to like take his learnings and try to, you know, do it in a better way, I guess. I just don't have much time. Like I work enough at my day job that it's hard to sort of get into the type of photography that book cover photographers have to do in order to be successful. So try to the extent that I have time to do that. But yeah, $600, I'll take that any day. All right, so let's talk totals for the month of December. My total earnings were $1,182.05. Out of that, basically $1,200. Video earnings were $106.10. So not bad, not great, but a reasonable portion of the sales that I'm making or the revenue that I'm making over the course of the month. So that's my December. I did want to give another shout out to Alex. He mentioned me in his blog, and I did get a little bit of a subscription bump from that. So thanks so much for that. And you should do YouTube. I'm an introvert as well, and there's no one in the room with me, so it's fine. Anyway, hope all of you had a great holiday, and best of luck for 2023. Take care.